Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Doctor Strange issue 11, 2023. That's a cool looking cover, and it's crazy seeing Clea's sister just kind of floating like that. Now granted, this doesn't really have much of what's kind of going on in the issue, but they all three are together. So, this starts off and it's kind of just a nice little come down issue where we see them out together at Coney Island and then talking about like big stuff, asking if Clea wants children. And she's like, my mother tasked me with babysitting my sister for one afternoon, and you've already reached this point? Huh, no, it just occurred to me. It's not something we've talked much about. It's true, I don't think so, no. Family has ever been next to a curse for me. Umar, Dormammu, and now Tyboro, all monsters. Who is it to say that I am not merely an aberration? I could not bear a child. I could not risk having them turn out the same as my mother or my uncle. And then Strange is like, you are not an aberration, Clea Strange. You are a miracle. And after all, there's no indication that Donna will turn out to be a monster, is there? As he's doing tricks to kind of like keep her entertained. Not if I have anything to say about it. Why do you think I petitioned Umar to relinquish Donna to us as frequently as possible? With Umar for a mother and that swine Taboro as a father, well, and you, Stephen? I don't know, to be honest. Well, in theory, I'm not opposed to children. I have my duty as the Sorcerer Supreme, my responsibilities. It would seem monstrously unfair to subject a child to my life. And yet you subject me to it. It's like, and he's like, ha! As we see that Donna's like, I'm gonna do some shit. You are a Sorcerer Supreme in your own right, though the Dark Dimension does seem to require your aid less often than my world does. You knew what you were in for, oh Warlord of Manhattan, and we see her doing some shit, and I'm actually really digging the art as well. As we see that Bats is like, the kid's kind of gone, man. Trying to break in and everything. And Hori, host, where did she go? I don't know. People floating. Already her magic has run amok. Umar expects your sister back in an hour. Indeed, and if she finds out Donna has gone missing, she'll burn this city as a matter of honor. Bats, cover the ground while we take to the skies. Okay. After all, nothing dogs like more than being left alone. As we see everything going kind of nutty, and her just being a baby with magical powers is like, okay, what insanity is going to ensue here? As we get introduced not so far away to the Circus of Crime, with the grand debut of the Ring Mistress, with Stefano Stiletto, Chief Beef, and Jim Nasty. These are kind of crazy ones. I'm not that linked up with like the Ringmaster or whatnot, but these are kind of crazy looking people, and their fucking dynamic is great. One, Jim Nasty asking why they don't have a clown. Asking if you should be biting into her old man's thing. Let's see. And then she kind of pretty much lists off like her grandfather was a Nazi supervillain and her dad was a jobber. Her cousin put on a fake French accent and started a crime spot. So screw them, I'll wear the hat if I want. And come on, a clown, a little obvious, don't you think? As we then see the beef dude talking about like the importance of a clown and everything. And then arguing with the stiletto dude, being like, why are we getting into this? But then she gets everybody back on track and says that they're pretty much going to utilize the biggest hypno wheel anyone has ever seen. And I love how stupidly, cartoonishly supervillain it is, as then Donna's like, oh shit, just being a baby, fault-teen baby with magic and shit. And of course they can't find her with their deception spells. And Clea's like, she's a baby. She's had no training in masking herself. With such appearances as Umar and Tyboro, she is shaping magic not through training or discipline, but through raw talent and her own intrinsic power. Which makes sense. It's like having a tail or whatnot. You might not be trained in understanding of using it, but like on an instinctual level, you'll start utilizing it. And this is evidently the case for Donna. I fear that the reason we cannot find her is that she does not want to be found. And then, of course, Bats is sniffing out her magic. And I love that Bats actually is getting shit to do. It's great. I like his character. And I love that we get into it and they're like, alright, Push this, everybody. We will empty every safe in this town. We will dine on the finest meats and cheeses. Pay off our student loans, and wait, what? As Donna has taken their button. It's like, ah, shit. And they're like, get that baby! It's like, okay. My dad may have jobbed for every damn hero in town, but even he never got by a magic baby. Arg! As she then starts utilizing her magic to, like, fuck around with the other guys. And that the stiletto dude has a problem. Like, she's able to, like, tap into their weaknesses. That the stiletto dude has a fear from, like, toys, specifically stuffed animals. And he joined up with a circus-themed crew. He is an ardent believer in exposure therapy. He's the bravest man I've ever met. And then we see Bats being like, Doc, we got something here. And then, of course, they try and use the Hypno Hat on Donna. And it kind of doesn't work. As we then see, like, food pretty much come at him. And that's the weakness of the beef dude. But then we see that Steven and Clea see another surge of magic. God, she is baffling her magical signature, echoing it around the carnival grounds in order to confuse us. Then I suppose it falls to us to outsmart a baby, does it not? Well, when you phrase it like that, our magical senses have failed us. Let us then engage purely physical ones. 10th transformation of Targios. Clever. Donna is a creature of magic. Hiding herself from magical senses is second nature to her. But not from the eyes of hawks, as they transform into hawks. I'm like, that's a smart move to kind of look into stuff going on. As we see the dude breaking his diet and going kind of nutty doodah. She's not flying anymore. They're trying to get her. We see Bats pretty much pop up and be like, yeah, you're not getting her. Grr, that's far enough. I don't let anyone mess with my people, and she's my people. It's like, there you go, Bats. Oh, are you going to bite us with your ghost teeth? Please, not one more step. Go on, try me. Oh, no. Yeah, stay back. As they're like, what the fuck? But then we see that Clea in full form and Strange in full form are back there, backing Bats up, with Donna pretty much like floating in the background. Stay back if you don't want any of this. I'm like, there you go, Bats. But then we see them back at the Sanctum Sanctorum as Umar is checking in on what's going on. Seeing if there are any difficulties, nothing we could not handle. She seems to have taken to your creature. Donna, put the creature down. Bye, kid. As we see Bats kind of left from there. It is good for Donna to spend time here in your world. Oh, because you wish her to learn of this world and to come to love it? Of course not, daughter. She will eventually conquer this pathetic realm, and I merely wish her to be familiar with her soon-to-be fawning subjects. Next week, daughter, perhaps you can take your sister to one of your animal prisons, zoos. They're called zoos, mother. Though, granted, Umar Moore has the point on that. As animal prison, it's like, yep. Strange gods, what a dreadful woman. You will find no argument from me. Well, has this evening's adventures changed your mind at all? About children? Of course not. Has it yours? Gods no. It's funny, people. I've seen them go to the mat for each other time and again. There's nothing one of them wouldn't do for the other. So I wonder why they think they gotta lie to each other. It's like, there you go, Bats, knowing what's kind of going on. And then we see a kind of preview. Bats, the ghost dog on the case. Dr. Strange is a busy man. Sometimes it seems like he's the busiest man. But that man has a best friend. So when there's something strange haunting the Sanctum Sanctorum, who can we turn to? Why, Bats the ghost dog, of course. But can Bats solve the mystery on his own, or is this good dog in over his head? So, I really enjoyed this one because this was a nice come-down palate cleanser issue from everything that was going on with General Strange. And I like how it just was a kind of wacky-doo-dah, baby's day out dealing with weird villains that I'd never heard of, and just Strange and Clea having to deal with, oh god, this baby's got fucking jacked up powers. How are we going to deal with this? And seeing how they deal with it is great. Just turning into animals to have more kind of physical senses and to try and figure out where she's at while Donna is just being a baby. It was a nice, fun, inconsequential, well, I wouldn't even say inconsequential. This got us into their feelings and trying to think about having children and if that would be something that they would be into. I love that Bats got time and was utilized so well in here. I've loved his addition to Doctor Strange's cast. Now, granted, he's been mainly in the background for a while now, but I'm glad that he got pulled up and actually was utilized. And in the next issue, we're getting more of him. So I'm really happy with that, and I hope that they continue to utilize Donna as well, because I think she would be an interesting addition to see how she deals with magic, her thoughts and feelings of what kind of goes on, and having her as kind of like an interesting magic user within the Marvel Universe, and maybe even someone who would be potentially someone who would be Sorcerer Supreme of like the Dark Dimension, or possibly even Earth. And there's no shortage of people that are up in line for that, but it's kind of cool to have her in the mix, and I just loved how kind of low stakes this was, while still giving us great character moments and growth. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.